Okay. Welcome, everybody. I'm Captain Tim Scott with Ogden City Police Department. I'm here to provide some updates on a shooting that occurred this afternoon. We received a call at 2:45 this afternoon, and what we know at this time is a 16-year-old was shot and killed at the location of 5th and Gramercy Avenue in Ogden, Utah. The victim was then taken to Ben Lomond High School, where that victim was treated by school staff and a school resource officer who were still on scene from that school day. Right now, major crimes detectives and the homicide task force are involved in the investigation. We have every resource that we have available in the county on this particular investigation at this time. We are working with those investigators that notified next of kin of that victim. It's a very impactful event for the school and obviously for the family, so our hearts go out to his family and to the school. What I can tell you, I overheard some information about our bomb threat from last week that was discussed, and this is not connected in any way. We've seen no connection to last week's event at Ben Lomond High School, other than the fact that this event occurred near Ben Lomond High School, and then the victim was taken to Ben Lomond High School for his initial first aid treatment. Another thing I can tell you, and then ask for the public's help in this, is that we do not, although we have every resource available and we're tracking down every lead that is coming in right now, we do not have a suspect in custody for this shooting. So we're asking the public's help if there's any home video information or home video footage that you would like to share with us, or any information at all about this shooting, or any details that you might have, is to contact dispatch at 801-395-8221. And I just want to add, and we talked about this last week a little bit, about how student and community safety is critically important to Ogden City. So police administration has been heavily involved in this from the moment this came out over the radio. City administration has been heavily involved in this, and we've been working closely with Ogden School District. So this is a very critical incident for us, and we understand it will be impactful for our community and Ogden School District. And again, like I said, I just want to make sure the community knows we do have every resource available on this. And we have dozens of agents, detectives, and task force members that are tracking down leads as we speak.
How did the 16-year-old get from the scene of the shooting to the school?
Now, I appreciate that question. So we have a lot of the answers to some of these details and some of the questions you're going to be asking right now. But we are in the very preliminary stages of this investigation, and anything we release at this time has the potential of compromising that investigation. So that's something we don't want to do. So a lot of these questions, I'm happy to take questions, but a lot of these questions I just won't be able to answer at this stage.
What condition was he in when that SRO and the staff were taking care of him?
You know, I don't know that information. I have learned that he has since passed away, and that's the information I have right now.
Do we know if you think the suspect that you're looking for is another teenager?
Also a good question, but not anything that we can answer in this preliminary stage. Again, we're just at the very beginning of this. We're only a couple hours into this investigation.
Do you know if this young man was a student at Ben Lomond?
I believe the district may or may not be releasing that information, but also in this context, I can't release that information.
Tell me the importance of having that school resource officer at Ben Lomond, as well as staff that seemed like they might have been trained in first aid. How is that important to your community?
Well, when we talk about our placement of school resource officers in the school, we've seen just from last week's events from last year, having that school resource officer and having a K-9 directly involved in that school in direct connection with the students and the staff, that's very important to us, and it's a role that we want to continue with our law enforcement officers in the schools.
How were you able to rule out that there was no connection between the bomb threat and what happened today?
That's also a good question, but the information that we have developed so far in the last couple hours tells us there is no connection.
Do you believe this to be gang related?
That's also a good question, and again, that's not anything I can answer at this stage.
With the suspect not known or not in custody, is there any concern to the public, or do you think this is just a one-off incident?
those are facts that we don't know or can't release at this time. And that's why we are asking for the public's help in this to, if you have any information or if you heard any information from your children that might be students at that school or the nearby schools, or you have anything that's picked up on your Ring camera or one of the cameras around your house, contact us through dispatch.
It's our understanding kids had already been out for the day. Where your crime scene and your officers were centered today when we were out there, how many students, how many people were present in that area? Were there students present in that area that might have witnessed the life-saving efforts?
Yeah, I can't give you the exact detail of the number of witnesses or what the congregation of students were around this scene, but this is north of the high school, and it would have been roughly 15 minutes after school let out. So there may have been witnesses in that area, and that's why I ask if you're talking to your children tonight and they may have information or cell phone video, we'd be grateful to have that to move our investigation forward.
We saw you removing a vehicle from the scene today. The people who dropped off this young man, have you spoken to them? Have they been in contact with you? Are they in custody?
Once again, another good question, and I can just say that we're at the preliminary stages and we can't give that information at this time.
Because of looking for a suspect, are there any neighborhoods that need to be locked down or keep an eye out or anything like that?
And when you talk about locking down neighborhoods or keeping an eye on a neighborhood, that's not anything that we're doing at this time. There were a few schools that were nearby, and Ogden School District did have those schools do a lockout when they were releasing their students based on the incident that was unfolding at Ben Lomond. And I believe those are all been released by the district.
Out of curiosity, what role does your SRO play in determining whether or not a lockdown is warranted? And did he play that role in this instance?
Without going into too much detail, our school resource officer plays a very integral role in that. They have direct communication with the administrative staff at the school and district staff. And we talked about this a little bit last week. We've been working for the last couple of years on improving our school safety through Ogden School District in collaboration and cooperation with Ogden Police. So that line of communication is a direct line of communication when it's determined if there's a lockout or a lockdown at a school location.
I have a colleague who's at Highland Junior High right now, and he says there's still a police presence there. Can you speak to that?
I certainly can. So when you talk about a police presence, we do have a command center that's set up at the crime scene. There's a crime scene command center, and that is our homicide task force and our major crimes investigators that are working this particular case. So we do, like I said, we gave a general location we believe this happened, and that's the scene that they're working right now.
Did the victim die, was he pronounced dead at a hospital?
And asking at what timeline the victim died, I don't have that information for you.
Do you know if Ben Lomond is going to be holding school tomorrow, or?
And again, I can tell you, we are in direct contact with the school administration and Ben Lomond staff. That's an answer I don't know if they know yet, and we don't know that answer.
Kind of a tough day for those kids, for your officers, for everyone involved in these neighborhoods. Parents are sitting at home tonight talking to the kids. You ask them specifically, did you see anything? What other conversation would you hope to have with the kids tonight?
Right, and when we talk about the impact to the community, it's definitely impactful for the schools and the schools around Ben Lomond High School. And they have resources, they have counselors on staff, they have advocates, and we've already been in contact with our city administration and school administration that I'm confident they're going to engage those resources for the students. No, no more questions? Okay.
When and how might we expect an update?
Well, that's a difficult question, but easy to answer. When we have an update, we're definitely going to put out an update. We want to be very transparent and open to the community, especially when there's an apprehension of the suspect. We want that information out to the community, suspect or suspects.
Could we expect an update before 10 p.m. tonight in any regard?
That I don't have a specific answer for you, but as information unfolds that we need to place out to the community or for the community to know, we definitely will be giving out updates. Okay, any additional questions? Okay, thank you.